SAQ, right? Speed, agility, quickness training. SAQ training is a useful and effective method of fitness training, stimulating muscular, neurological, connective tissue, and even cardiovascular fitness adaptations, right? SAQ it has a lot of benefits that can be applied, and you'll see how it's right. We're focused more on the speed, agility, the quickness. It's beneficial more so than like where we kind of talk about like high intensity interval training, which is HIIT, versus LISS, which is low intensity steady state. So speed, agility, quickness has a lot of benefits for numerous reasons, which we'll go through here in a second. So SAQ exercises can promote improvements in physical performance and sustain youthful movement throughout life, right? And we're going to see that it's applicable to all stages of life, not just, athletes who are young and able. It's going to be something that's beneficial for through adulthood and through late adulthood. So, SAQ training will allow clients to enhance their ability to accelerate, decelerate, and dynamically stabilize their entire body during high velocity movements in all planes of motion, which we've been seeing that planes of motion are important, especially when we think about the stabilization phase. We want to be able to be proprioceptively enriched and moving in different directions. So having that ability to move quickly and stop quickly and change directions is very beneficial. Speed is the first piece of SAQ, right? It's the product of stride rate and stride length. So you just take that, and it's a multiplication equation. Stride rate is how many steps, how many strides I'm taking per minute. Stride length is the distance, the length of my stride, and that refers to the velocity of distance covered divided by time. Now, when you think about actually improving someone's overall speed, what you're going to want to do is you don't want to be trying to get someone to an unnatural stride length. If you're trying to improve things in this equation to make someone faster, you want to help them have good positioning and be able to actually get through to a triple flexion, which is flexion of the hip, of the knee, of the ankle. That's our front side mechanics that we can move through and get a good strong drive through. But then we also have to have enough extension through our ankle, through our knee, through our hips to have good backside mechanics. When we have a combination of those and we can have good form through that forward motion, then what you're going to see is that the stride length will figure itself out. And once we get to a good stride length, then all of your efforts, all of your work should turn to improving the stride rate. So once you get that good stride length, keep it there. Don't try to play with having someone take longer steps. They're going to get, off balance, and then the timing, the coordination of things will be, not great. So it can lead to injury. It can slow you down. It's inefficient if you're trying to play too much with the stride length. Agility necessitates the ability to start, right, accelerate, stop or decelerate, and stabilize, right? A lot of times when we have to stop or make a cut, we have to be able to have control of that and stabilize ourselves, and then change direction while maintaining that postural control. So you can see where having some good core strength will play into us being able to maintain our postural control and keep our center of gravity and balance in a good position. Quickness, right? SAQ. Quickness refers to the ability to react to a stimulus and appropriately change the motion of the body in response to that stimulus. So, a little bit of reaction, and this could be some unplanned activity. This could be, somebody dropping a ball left or right, or, things that are maybe going to be a little bit more specific to sport-specific drills. So there's a component of a reaction. Like we said, stride rate, right, is the number of strides taken in a given amount of time or distance. Stride length is the distance covered in one stride. You guys know that. Be smart about that. Proper running mechanics, right? These are they're going to help the client maximize force generation through biomechanical efficiency. When you see someone who runs and sprints efficiently, it's a beautiful thing. You just kind of notice that everything is succinct and there's not a lot of wasted movement. They're not moving a lot of like lateral or transverse plane motion. A lot of the sagittal plane motion is happening. They're quick and efficient through that stride. So proper running mechanics is definitely something that we want to be efficient with. SAQ program, right, that can significantly improve the physical health profile of apparently healthy, sedentary, non-athletic adults and those with medical or health limitations. The reason being is that SAQ is going to require a lot of faster movements. It's going to require you to have some neuromuscular connections that are going to be beneficial. It's going to help you to build more bone density and build more strength and durability in your tissues, in your ligaments, in your tendons, and just overall be a healthier individual. A lot of people who are non-athletes will not move in these ways, and so the slower we tend to move as we age, that's a negative, right? We want to see that we're continued to be able to move athletically and have some SAQ in our lives. So like I said, this is something that's beneficial for not just athletes, right? But we can see that SAQ programs for youth have been found to decrease the likelihood of athletic injury and increase the likelihood of exercise participation in later in life and improve their overall physical fitness. So for youth, huge benefits. One, we're not getting injured. Two, we see that we have this increase in likelihood of exercise participation. I think that's mainly be due to when you look at like the FIT principle. If we add that last E of the FIT principle is enjoyment. So there's a lot of I think kids especially really enjoy doing some of these things because they're challenging, they're fun, you can make games out of them. This is a lot of like really empowering and fun type of training. And then same thing for older adults. A lot of like older adults did these things growing up, right? There's, so it may, there's some of that enjoyment component, but it's also proven that it's beneficial because it helps prevent age-related decreases in bone density, coordination, and muscular power, all of which are big, big important things for adults as they're aging. And finally, the high-intensity short bouts of SAQ drills will make them a valid choice for interval training protocols with appropriate non-athletic populations, including weight loss clients. So if you have someone that's trying to lose some weight, lose some body fat, improve their body composition, we can see, like I said earlier, the HIIT training is more efficient for your time, and it also has a bigger impact on your overall metabolism. So HIIT, and as long as everything is good and we have enough energy and we have the right balance of tissues and muscles and force coupling, and we have good alignment and all the necessary prerequisites to be able to do this and do it well, then incorporating some of this HIIT style SAQ training in your programming can be extremely beneficial, and more so over something like a steady state low intensity walk. I did just want to show you this piece. So this is just showing the protocol of what we're going to see through stabilization, through strength, and through power. So when we look at this in the early phase, right, we're going to choose something like 4 to 6 drills, limited horizontal inertia and unpredictability, right? So it's a pretty basic introductory type drills, such as a cone shuffle or agility ladder drills. 1 to 2 sets of it, 2 to 3 reps each, give it a good 60 seconds rest. As we move into strength, right, we can start to, up the intensity. We're going to do a few more drills, right? So we move from 4 to 6 to 6 to 8. We're doing something that's going to have a little bit more speed to it. It's going to have more force to our movements, such as like the 5-10-5, the T drill, the box drill, a stand up to a figure 8. All of these require a little bit more, be able to own your acceleration and deceleration and change direction a little bit more. Increase the number of sets, increase the number of reps, still 60 seconds rest. And then in our power, we can start to see some things where we maybe have more unpredictability. We maybe have more of that quickness and reaction type work, increasing the number of drills overall, increasing the sets and the reps. And because we're increasing, we're also going to give ourselves enough rest time to fully recover. So it increases to 90 seconds. But that is your SAQ. Make sure you know that as your piece of the puzzle when we go through the programming for each individual session.